Okay, let us move on to question number 24. You have to evaluate integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 dx upon 1 plus square root of cot x. When these types of problem come, first let us try to replace that cot x. It is square root of cos by sine. It is becoming root sin x by root sin x plus root cos x. These types of problem, when the integral inside cannot be done by normal method, it should be by integration by definite integral properties. But now we are going to make use of this property. Integral a to b f of x dx is nothing but integral a to b f of a plus b minus x. Now, highly interesting thing, when you add pi by 6 plus pi by 3, what you are getting? Pi by 2. Therefore, we have to replace x by pi by 2 minus x. Then only sine will become cos, cos will become sine. The purposefully they have given pi by 6 to pi by 3. But what will happen to it now? Sine pi by 2 minus x is cos. Therefore, numerator will become root cos x. Denominator is the same. Now you started with the integral, you got another integral. Now what you have to do? Each integral is equal to half into sum of the two. Some book will use 2 into. I think you may forget that 2. That is why I am advising you to use half into sum. Therefore, half into sum. When you add them, add the numerator because the denominators are same. Add the numerators, it will get cancelled. You will get integral dx. Therefore, half into x from pi by 6 to pi by 3. Or half into pi by 3 minus pi by 6. Pi by 3 minus pi by 6. Upper limit minus lower limit. Therefore, the answer is pi by 12. Let us move on to question number 24. Once again, evaluate 0 to pi by 2 x by cos x plus sin x. Highly explicit. You have to make use of the property. Integral 0 to a f of x is integral 0 to a f of a minus x. Therefore, you have to replace x by pi by 2 minus x. Denominator is sin x plus cos x. You are getting back the same thing. Always remember, whenever you use this replacing x by a minus x, x by pi by 2 minus x, x by pi minus x, denominator normally won't change. If the denominator is changing, whether you are wrong or otherwise, property should not be used. Well, now I think I started with one integral, I got another integral. I'm using the same technique. Each integral is equal to half into sum of the two. But when I add them, I'm getting x and x cancel. Therefore, I'm getting pi by 4 into the integral. Now, there are so many ways of doing this integral, because this integral was a type in the previous textbooks. But now what we'll do is we'll try to convert the denominator into a single function. How to do it? Multiply and divide by root 2. 1 by root 2 cos x plus 1 by root 2 sin x, and the root 2 is outside. Therefore, denominator will become sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. What is it? Sin x plus y. That is pi by 4 plus x or x plus pi by 4. Whatever you want. Okay, now this will become cosecant. 1 by sin is cosecant. Now what is the formula for cosecant? Log cosecant minus cot. Now I am substituting the upper limit minus lower limit. Whenever you are doing it, please careful. Pi by 2 plus pi by 4 goes to the second quadrant. Cosecant is positive, cot is negative. So it will become plus, cot will become tan, cosecant will become secant. There is no problem in the second one. It is only pi by 4 plus 0 and pi by 4 plus 0. So no issue. Okay, now I am substituting the values for secant pi by 4 and tan pi by 4, cosecant pi by 4 and cot pi by 4. And I am simply giving the final answer like this. Let us move on to question number 25. Find a vector of magnitude 5 which is perpendicular to both the vectors. Be careful, there are two types of question. Find a vector in the direction of, that is vector by its magnitude. When it is vector perpendicular to both, it will be cross product by its magnitude. Therefore, this is the formula. A cross B by magnitude of A cross B. This will be given a unit vector, but they want a vector of magnitude 5, therefore multiply it by 5. If they want magnitude of 10, multiply by 10. Therefore, A is given, B is given. I am going for A cross B by making use of the 3 cross 3 determinant. I am expanding it. I am getting that, and I am getting its magnitude also. It is square root of 390. I plus 10j plus 17k. Problem is very simple now. It is 5 into that vector by its magnitude, that is square root of 390. No more simplification. Let us leave it as it is. Okay, this is question number 26. You have to show that this function is continuous and not differentiable. Sometimes they will ask you to check it also. Okay, for continuity, what you have to do? At 2, right limit is equal to left limit is equal to functional value. Therefore, I am finding the right limit. Remember, for right limit, you have to take the function opposite to greater than 2. For left limit, you have to take the function opposite to less than 2. That you keep it in mind. For f of 2, you have to take that function which is opposite to equality sign. But I am just making use of it now. All of you are seeing that 5x minus 4 is taken for right limit. 2x square minus x is taken for left limit. 2x square minus x is taken for evaluating the functional value. Now we are directly substituting x is equal to 2. We are getting 6 is equal to 6 is equal to 6. Therefore, it is continuous. Won't be an issue. Let us go to the differentiability. This is the right limit should be equal to the left limit. 2 plus h minus f of 2 by h. 2 plus h minus f of 2 by h in both cases. Let us go to the right limit now. Right limit means what you have to do? 2 plus h, when it is right limit, it is greater than 2. 2 plus h in left limit is less than 2. That is the only thing. F of 2 is already, we know that it is 6. Therefore, I have taken for the right limit 5x minus 4 as the function. I am replacing x by 2 plus h. I am simplifying it. H get cancel. I am getting 5 as the answer. Let us move on to the left limit. For the left limit, you have to take the 2x square minus x as the function, because it is a less 2 plus h will be less than 2. I am simplifying. I am getting the final answer as 7. Left limit not equal to the right limit, therefore not differentiable at x is equal to 2. These types of problem you should be very careful. You don't try to do these type of question by direct differentiation. Then it will become very lengthy process. You have to prove that dy by dx is equal to y by x. This is the multiplication left hand side. Therefore, it is always advisable to take log. It will become log first term plus log second term. Right hand side, log of base to the power. Then it will become m log x plus n log y. M plus n into log x plus y. Simply do the differentiation now. After the normal differentiation, you have to collect what dy by dx to one side. I am collecting dy by dx to one side. I am pushing that to the right hand side by taking LCM and all. Normal simplifications only. Then if you go on in the process of simplification, you are getting dy by dx is equal to y into x plus y by x into x plus y. X plus y getting cancelled. You are getting dy by dx is equal to y by x. But if you do this problem by taking log, this problem will be a simple one. Question number 27. A telephone company has 500 subscribers on its list and collect fixed charges of 300. It proposes to increase the annual subscription. If it increases, then for every increase of 1 rupee, one subscriber will discontinue. What increase will bring maximum revenue? All of you know what is the meaning of maximum revenue. The revenue formula is number of subscribers into the amount which they are paying. That subscriber amount, annual subscription. Well, let the proposed increase will be x. Let us call it as x. Our annual subscription will be 300 plus x, because already they were paying 300. Now it will be 300 plus x. Now for every x, one person, for every 1 rupee, one person will come. Therefore, for x person will be discontinuing. Therefore, it will be 500 minus x. Previously it was 500. Now when you increase, it will become 500 minus x. Now what will be the revenue now? It is 500 minus x into 300 plus x. Normal multiplication. Or I am expanding it. I am finding its first derivative. It is minus 2x plus 200. I am finding its second derivative. It is minus 2. When I equate the first derivative to 0, it is x. I am getting it as 100. At x is equal to 100, the second derivative is less than 0. Therefore, revenue is maximum when x is equal to 100. Therefore, to maximize the revenue, the subscription to be increased by rupees 100. Move on to question number 28. This is a problem from integration application. Find the area of the region bounded by the line, the x-axis, and the ordinates x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 2. Whenever these type of straight lines are coming, roughly draw the straight line. Sometime what will happen, when you directly do the integration from -2 to 2 y dx, then you will get a wrong answer, because one part of the area may be below the x-axis. You are seeing over here. Therefore, the area which is below the x-axis, you should find it separately, and you have to find it absolute value. Shall I repeat? The region which is below the x-axis, you have to do the integration just like the normal integration from a to b y dx, like that only, but you have to find it absolute value. Now all of you know that where it cuts the x-axis at -2/5, 0. Therefore, the area bounded by the line has a portion from -2 to -2/5 below the x-axis. For that you have to use the modulus. I am using the modulus now. -2 to -2/5, you have to find it absolute value. From -2/5 to 2, it is always no need to find the absolute value, automatically it will be positive. Normal integration. I am doing the integration. I am substituting the values. Here one advantage is one of the upper limit or lower limit will become 0, because 5x plus 2, when you put 2/5, it will become -2/5, it will become 0. Therefore, I am substituting now. Be careful, for the first one I am finding its absolute value. Otherwise, it will become -64/10. You have to be very, very careful. Well, therefore the answer is 208/10 or 104/5. Please be careful when you do the integration directly, you will get a wrong answer. Let us go to the next question. Area enclosed between x is equal to y square and x is equal to 4 is divided into two equal parts by the line. Therefore, this area, 2 times the area is equal to the area bounded from 0 to 4. So that is the meaning. The region enclosed between x is equal to y square and the line is given by 0 to a y dx, and it has been given that it cuts into half. Therefore, 2 times this will be 0 to 4. Y is already given there. I am just substituting y is equal to root x. I am finding the integration both sides. Root x is x power 3/2 by 3/2, and I am applying upper limit minus lower limit, doing the simplification, getting the value of a as 4 power 2/3. This is the diagram for that. You are seeing that the region enclosed from 0 to 4 is divided by 2 half by the line x is equal to 4 power 2/3. Question number 29. It is from vector algebra, but it is a problem of trisection, not bisection. But what will happen? Trisection, all of you know, trisection will be done by 2 points which will divide the line into 1:1:1. P and Q are the trisection points, and OA given and OB given, and P divides AB in the ratio 1:2 and Q will divide in the ratio 2:1. But normally you know the formula. This is the formula by making use of vector algebra. I am making use of it. I am substituting the OB and OA, and I am getting it like this. OP is like this, and all of you know from this position vector of P, you can get its coordinates 14/3, 4/3 and -7/3. Similarly, let us go to the second one. Q will divide in the ratio 2:1 internally. Again making use of the same formula, that is section formula of vector algebra. Now you are getting the position vector of OQ. From that you can get the coordinates as 16/3, 5/3 and -8/3. The point of trisection, you got it. Question number 30. This is a question from linear programming. Be careful. One question from linear programming normally will come. It may be unbounded or bounded. Marks are reserved for the straight lines which you are drawing. Therefore, draw the straight line carefully so that at least you can get some marks out of it. Now you have been given the first constraint. You are getting the points now. An origin not included because it is greater than or equal to 10. Second one, the points I am writing. Origin not included. 2 points by putting x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 you are getting. And the constraint, third constraint is origin not included. 3 constraints are given, and all of you know this is the straight line number 1, origin not included. This is the straight line number 2 when you draw it, origin not included. This is the third straight line you are getting, origin not included. Now you are seeing over there that what are the points where A, B, C, D. These are the points where the feasible region is the unbounded region, A, B, C, D. Now your optimal solution will be there in this A, B, C, D only. Therefore I am taking the table and I am putting it in the table. Now I am getting that the minimum value is 52. But remember, whenever it is a problem of unbounded solution, you have to check whether your minimum value is the minimum or any other value which is can be minimum than this. For that, the thing is 52 is there, na? Therefore, take the constraint, convert that objective function into a constraint, that is 6x plus 10y less than 52. You take any point in the unbounded region. For example, I take the point 10, 2. I think all of you can take anything, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 4. All the points are there inside. Or when I put it there, it is not satisfying. Therefore, it has no common point in the feasible region. Therefore, the minimum value of Z is 52 only. Question number 31. Problem from probability. Conditional probability. The student buys coloring book is 7.7 and color box is 0.2. And conditional probability is given as 0.3 and both the coloring books and by a color given that. Okay, let us try to do it now. Whenever these type of questions are coming, first you try to identify the probabilities given and write the events. For that marks are there. Event of student buying color book, P of A is given. B is the event student buy coloring box, P of B is given. And she buy a coloring book given that she buy a box is A given B, it is 0.3. It is nothing but A intersection B by P of B. Therefore, we are making use of that formula. From this, I am getting P of A intersection B as 0.3 into 0.2, therefore it is 0.6. Therefore, let us move on to question number 1. She buy both coloring book and box. It is A intersection B, therefore it is 0.06. Let us move on to question number 2. She buy a book of color given that color box, therefore B given A. You know the formula. Already P of A intersection B obtained from subdivision 1. Substitute, it is 6 by 70. Question number 31. 3000 candidates submitted their application. 2/3 are female, other are male. Written test. Performance given that male getting distinction 0.4, female getting distinction 0.35. Find the probability that the candidate chosen at random will have a distinction in the written test. It is a problem of condition probability. I am writing A. P of A given 2 by 3, then P of B will be 1 minus P of A, therefore it is 1 by 3, and E is the event that the candidate chosen will have distinction. Now from that we have to get the condition probability. P of E given A, that is candidate with distinction is a female, it is given as 0.35. P of E given B is candidate with distinction is a male, it is given as 0.4. Now we have to find P of E, that is even that the candidate will have a distinction, either that it may be a male candidate selected having distinction or female candidate getting distinction. Now these two AE and BE are mutually exclusive, therefore we are adding. Now we are using the multiplication theorem of probability, P of A into P of E given A plus P of B into P of E given B. Substitute those values. Here the one thing which you have to be very careful is you just convert everything as the denominator same, so that easy for you to calculate. Don't try to multiply and waste your time. Therefore I am making every denominator as 300, therefore it is 110 by 300 or 11 by 30. Question number 32. These type of questions are normally coming. They ask you to find the product then solve. Please don't see the question as individual questions. Find the product, use it to solve it. When you find the product, one of the matrix will be a coefficient matrix. Which is a coefficient matrix now? The first one. However, when you multiply it, either you will get an identity or you will get a scalar multiplied by identity or a scalar matrix. When you get identity, then both are inverse to each other. When you get number multiplied by identity, then that number is the determinant, then that matrix will be a adjoint. Well, let us see the multiplication now. I am getting identity. You should get identity, or K00 0K0 0K. You please keep it in mind. Anyway, as I got the multiplication as identity, both are inverse to each other. Therefore, A inverse no need to find separately. Don't do it separately once again in the exam. But now I will write the system into matrix method. For this also mark is there. Don't jump into the problem directly. Please express them in the form of matrix equation. Then you know that X is equal to A inverse B. A inverse is already with me. I am substituting now. I am getting the value of X, Y, Z. Simple question. Okay, this question by seeing it itself, you know that this question is a question from integration by partial fraction. Sometime when you substitute, it will get reduced to a partial fraction, but this is a direct question. The denominator, one is a non-repeated linear factor, other is a irreducible quadratic factor. Therefore, you have to write it as A by the first one plus Bx plus C by the second one. I am doing the cross multiplication. I am collecting the x square term, x term and the constant term. It is a better way to eliminate ABC. I am equating the coefficient of x square, equating the coefficient of x, equating the constants. I am solving them now, adding 1 and 2, adding 3 and 4. You know how to solve it by adding, by subtracting. I am getting the values of ABC. I got the values of ABC. I am putting it over there. Whenever you are having the denominator as 1 plus x square, always split the second integral into 2. Now try to make the numerator as the differentiation of the denominator by multiplying and dividing by 2 or multiplying and dividing by minus 2, whatever may be the case. Therefore, first integral is log of 1 minus x divided by minus 1. Second integral, numerator contains derivative of the denominator, therefore log of the denominator. Third one is tan inverse x. Let us move on to question number 33. Once again, this is a question from properties of definite integral. Replace x by pi minus x. I already told you when you do it, denominator should not change. Cos pi minus x is minus cos x, but there is a square. Therefore, you will get back the same thing. You add them. Each integral is equal to half into sum of the two integral. When you add it, you are getting pi sin x by 1 plus cos square. Pi comes out. Once again, this question is a question of integration by substitution, because derivative of cos x is sin x. It is there in the numerator. You are replacing it now. Better to change the limits. When x is equal to 0, u is equal to 1. When x is equal to pi, u is equal to minus 1. Therefore, the new integral will become 1 to minus 1 of minus du by 1 plus u square. You know what is 1 plus du by 1 plus u square? It is tan inverse u. Tan inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 4. And tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Therefore, minus into minus plus, the answer is pi square by 4. Question number 34. Solving the initial value problem. Now, whenever you are seeing something power y by x, sin of y by x, cos of y by x, tan of y by x, take it for granted this problem will be from homogeneous. Therefore, this is a homogeneous equation. I am replacing y by x as v. I am replacing dy by dx as v plus x into dv by dx. Bringing that v to the right hand side, it will get cancelled. X into dv by dx is equal to e power v. Variable separable. Left hand side, it is e power minus v dv. Therefore, it is minus e power minus v is equal to log x plus c. This is not the answer. You have to replace v by y by x. Again, this is not the answer because it is a problem of initial value problem. You have to get the value of c. It is given x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. Replace it now. All of you know what is the value of e power minus 1. It is 1 by e, and you can write it as e power minus 1 also. Or I am simply replacing c as minus e power minus 1, and that is the particular solution. Let us move on to the next question. X square minus 1 dy by dx plus 2xy is equal to 1 by x square minus 1. By seeing this question, you check out that y is alone coming. Y is alone. Therefore, y power is 1 and there is no term involving y. Therefore, this problem may be a problem of linear equation. Or you have to make coefficient of dy by dx as 1, divided now. Then it will become dy by dx plus 2x upon x square minus 1 into y is equal to 1 upon x square minus 1 the whole square. Now I am going finding what is p and what is q. P is the coefficient of y, which is a function of x. Q is the right hand side, which is also a function of x. Integrating factor is e power integral p dx. Numerator is a derivative of the denominator, therefore log of the denominator. E power log is the same thing, therefore x square minus 1. Now you are going for the formula. Y into integrating factor is equal to integral q into integrating factor dx plus c. I am multiplying and I will get 1 by x square minus 1 dx plus c. You know the formula of 1 upon x square minus a square, 1 by 2a log x minus a by x plus a. Recollect it and substitute it over here. Question number 35. Find the equation of a line passing through 2 points, and you have to find coordinate of the foot of the perpendicular and equation of the foot of the perpendicular. 3 questions are there. Now first let us find the equation of the line passing through 2 fixed points. This is the formula. I am finding the denominator, and you can find the direction ratio and you can put it in the denominator also. For I got this is the answer. Now sometime what will happen, we are going to take this for future calculations. Therefore when you see that in the different direction ratios some cancellation is possible. For example, in this problem I can divide throughout by minus 3. Only for simplicity you can have the calculation quickly. But I can write it as x by 1, y minus 6 by 4 and z plus 9 by minus 4, dividing throughout by minus 3. Okay, now how to get the foot of the perpendicular? Please recollect the steps. You have to get the general point on the given line, call it as D, get the direction ratio of CD, use the idea that CD and the line are perpendicular, then you have to eliminate that. Okay, now I am getting the general point and I am getting the coordinates of D. I am calling this is the general point, and I am getting the direction ratios of CD. These are the direction ratios of CD. Now CD and the lines are perpendicular. Multiply A1A2 plus B1B2 plus C1C2 is equal to 0. Therefore the value of lambda is minus 1. Substitute over there and you will get the coordinates of D as minus 1, 2 and minus 5. Problem is not over. They want the equation of CD. Very simple. You get the direction ratios of CD and then take any point and then just do it. It passes through 7, 4, minus 1, or it passes through minus 1, 2, minus 5. You take any of the points and write, marks will be given for both. The direction ratio cannot change. It is 4, 1 and 2. Given. Let us go to question number 36. This is a question under case study. You have been given 2 sets and you have to check whether how many relations are possible from set to set. But recollect the definition of relation. Relation is a subset of cross product. The number of subsets is equal to 2 power n. These 2 ideas you remember. Therefore first I will find the relation is a subset. Therefore the number of elements in the cross product is 6. Therefore number of subsets is 2 power 6, which is 64. Therefore the relation is, number of relation is 64. When they ask the number of relation, it is same as the number of subsets. You just remember like that. How many functions are possible? Now functions are possible means you have to check the functions which are under the rule. What is the rule for function? Every element in the left hand side should have unique image on the right hand side. A left hand side element cannot be connected with 2 elements on the right hand side. Okay, well, now when you take B1, it can be connected with G1 or G2. B2 can be connected with G1 or G2. B3 can be connected with G1 or G2. Therefore unique image. Therefore for every Bi G1 or G2, therefore number of functions is equal to 2q, which is equal to 8. Simple. They want whether it is an equivalence relation. Very simple. First for reflexive you take one element. For x belongs to B, then x is related to x means x and x are students, therefore reflexive. Symmetric means you take 2 elements. Assume that x is related to y. Check whether y is related to x. Yes. X and y are students of same sex means y and x are also of the same sex. Therefore it is a symmetric Therefore, it is a symmetric relation. Let us go for reflect transitivity. Take three elements. One is related to the second. Second is related to the third. I have made the statements. X and Y are same sex and Y and Z are same sex. Our X and Y are also of the Z are also of the same sex. Therefore, it is transitive. As it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, it is an equivalence relation. Okay. A function is defined like this. You have to check whether it is a bijective function. Remember, for bijective function, what should be there? It should be 1 1 and on 2. If 1 1 is not there, it is not bijective. If the on 2 is not also, it is not bijective. Now let us check whether it is 1 1. Now the image of B1 is G1, image of B2 is G2, image of B3 is G1. You are seeing that B1 and B3 are having the same image. Therefore, it is not 1 1. Therefore, not a bijection. Go to question number 37. This question is a question from application of derivatives. Sometime in application of derivative, they will give you the function equation directly. They will give you, and you have to simply differentiate it, find the critical point, find maxima, minima, increasing, decreasing. But in some cases, you have to form the equation. There you should be a little bit careful, because if the formation is wrong, then you will get a wrong answer. Okay, now length of the side perpendicular to partition is X and parallel to the partition is Y. Therefore, I have made this diagram. X is the length and Y is the breadth, and there is a partition also, that Y also is being considered. Therefore, we have to find the perpendicular partition is 2x, x plus x, two sides x, y plus y, 2y, and partition is y. When you add all of them, it is 2x plus 3y, and that is equally equal to the 300 meters of the boundary material. Therefore, 2x plus 3y is equal to 300. This is the equation of total boundary. Now, area of the solar panel, all of you know what is it, x into y. Now, from this first equation, we are getting what is y. Substitute over here, and you will get a equation like this: 1 by 3 into 300x minus 2x square, or 1 by 3 into x into 300 minus 2x. Both are right. Question number 3: find the critical point. You know what is the meaning of critical point? Find the derivative, equate it to 0. I am taking the equation now, finding the derivative, equate it to 0. Then I am getting x is equal to 75. Use second derivative test to determine critical point. Also find the maximum area. When the area will be maximum? At x is equal to 75, second derivative should be less than 0. Yes. Therefore, it is maximum. The area of the solar panel is maximum when x is equal to 75. But they want the maximum area. Therefore, put that x is equal to 75 in the area. But area formula, two formulae are there. But you select that formula which will give you the calculation quickly. It is 3750 meters square by normal calculations. Using the first derivative test, I think you remember sometime first derivative test also they will ask how to find the first derivative test. You have to take the critical point, take a point to the left, take a point to the right, check the nature of first derivative. If it changes from positive to negative, maxima, negative to positive, minima. Now I will take dA by dx and critical point. I will take 2 points, 74.9 and 75.1. You take 74 and 76 also, nothing will happen. But anyway, normally it should be very close. That is a rule. But when at 74.9, it is greater than 0. At 75.1, it is less than 0. And it changes from positive to negative. Therefore, it is maxima. And all of you know how to get the maximum area. Already we have discussed it in the previous slide. Now, this question came in CBSE last year back. But in the marking scheme, they gave that equation may be like this also. But anyway, I think the equation which we got, that was the easiest one. So you can take it. Okay, question number 38. This is from probability. Normally, please be careful. In probability, when there are two questions are there, normally Bayes theorem will come, but one question will be total probability. You should be very, very careful. Therefore, read the question very carefully. Check out whether the question is on the outcome of the first experiment or outcome of the second experiment. You should be very, very careful. Okay, well, person buy a smartphone and find the probability that it was defective. Before you go for that, as I already told you, first identify the events and then go for its probability. Whenever these types of problem comes, always keep it in mind. First experiment will have minimum 2 events or maximum 3 or 4. But the second experiment will have only one event, that is defective. That's all, simple. Therefore, let us go to event smartphone from company A. It is given as 25%. Event of smartphone from B, 35%. Event of from C, it is 40%. Now they have given the defective also. Defective means they gave E/A, E/B, E/C. I'm just taking it now. Defective is from company A, 5%. Defective from company B, 4%. Defective from company C, it is 2%. Please don't simplify this, because when you put it in the base theorem formula or anything, then very easy for you to simplify when the denominators are same. Well, now let us go to question number 1. Smartphone is defective. It is not a base theorem. It is question asked on the second experiment, that is finding defective. What is total probability? AE or BE or CE? Already we have seen it in one of the questions earlier. All the 3 events are mutually exclusive. Add them. P of AE using multiplication theorem. P of A into P of E/A. P of B into E/B. P of C into E/C. Numbers are with you. Put it and then add them. Denominators are same. Add the numerators. You write the answer. Let us go to question number 2. That the defective smartphone was manufactured by company B. Manufacturing. Therefore, it is first experiment. Therefore, they are asking base theorem. Very simple. B/E, all of you know the formula. Denominator will be the total probability. If it is from the first term will come to the numerator. Second term will come to the numerator. If it is C/E, third term will come to the numerator. That's all. Now all the numbers are with you. I think denominator number already you have found in the previous one. Directly put it over there. Therefore, the final answer is 28/69. Okay, friends, I think very quickly we have seen the answers to all the questions, and wherever possible, I tried my level best to give you some tips so that you will not do any mistakes and you can face any type of other problem which are coming on your way. All the best for your first pre-board examination. Thank you.